fight fans? So, Derrick Lewis versus Sergey Spivak. It's very unfortunate for Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis was such a beast. He's, of course, called the Black Beast. He was such a beast in the earlier days. He was such a beast going into some of these fights. I remember him fights with Matt Mitrione. We even fights that he lost with Junior Dos Santos, Daniel Cormier. The fights that he won against Curtis Blades. Unfortunately, that boring fight that he had with Alistair Overeem, not excuse me, Alistair Overeem, Francis Ngannou. But yeah, he's been up and down a lot in his career. But right now, he just lost his third fight in a row against Sergey Spivak, against a single arm triangle, I believe it was. A triangle choke in the first round, 3 minutes and 5 seconds. It was tough. It was very tough to say how Derrick Lewis was, if he was going to be a really good fight, if he was really going to be good or whatnot, because this was very early. He came in there rushing pretty much like Derrick Lewis does, and Sergey was able to hip toss him, able to take him down at will. Derrick Lewis did everything he could do to get back to his feet, but he just could not get there. He just could not use his power. He could not use his strength. He could not use those big old power punches, those beasts of a hands that he has. Sergey pretty much was just all over them. Pretty much was able to grapple him, wrestle him, do some really good jiu-jitsu, and pretty much was able to tap out the Black Beast. And, the sky's the limit for Sergey, because this is a huge win for him. What's next for Sergey? Well, it's hard to tell. Right now, because they got the heavyweight division that is booming right now. You got, of course, John Jones versus Cyril Gahn for the interim heavyweight championship March 4th. Then, of course, you still got a whole lineup of heavyweights that this guy could face. You got Curtis Blades. You got the rematch with Tom Aspinall. You got all kinds of really fun fights that he could be having. So, sky's the limit. Maybe he could do that rematch with Tom Aspinall, because Sergey Spivak did lose to TKO to Tom Aspinall. So that would be interesting. Or you could go against another high grappler in Curtis Blades. So you could definitely have fun with that. As far as Derrick Lewis goes, well, Derrick Lewis, on the other hand, again, this is his third fight in a row losing. He's already lost to guys like Cyril Gahn, and he's already lost to like Sergey Spivak, and I believe another Sergey Pavlovich, I believe that name was, similar to that. Last fight he won was against Dawkins. So Chris Dawkins, I think that's his name, excuse me. But either way, this is his third fight in a row. I'm not sure where he wants to go from here. I'm not sure if he wants to take some time off, maybe do some better training, because we know that when it comes to training, Derrick Lewis was never really the biggest trainer when it came to that. He never really loved training. He would just barely started seeing him taking his training seriously, and in all fairness, he never really had to, because he's always shown his skills, and he was always able to get the better of other opponents, so now I think he's still young enough. I think he still can get some grappling in the system, get some better jiu-jitsu in the system, get all kinds of just different techniques, because that's what he lacks of. The game always evolves, and right now they're starting to see that all you got to do really is take down Derrick Lewis. All you really got to do is survive those power shots, which is easier said than done, and then you'll be able to have do whatever you want to do when it comes to that fight, when it comes to fighting Derrick Lewis. Because Derrick Lewis isn't the highest grappler. He isn't the highest practitioner when it comes to jiu-jitsu. He doesn't have kicking game. He doesn't have all these other skills. Basically, what he has is a very high volume of punches and a very, very strong, powerful punch power. He does have all those things, but he doesn't have all these other attributes that other MMA heavyweights have, like a Cyril Gahn, like a Sergey Spivak, like even Curtis Blades. But he was able to knock out Curtis Blades. Derrick Lewis was. So still, there's Derrick Lewis is still a contender, but is he like a top contender? Could I see him possibly fighting for the heavyweight championship? You never know. Because this is the heavyweight division, and everyone has a punch of chance in the heavyweight division. The last thing to go when you get older is your power. So that's why you always see heavyweights fighting well into their 40s, and because it's easier for them. So I never rule that out, but I do feel like Derrick Lewis needs some time away and needs some time to adapt and to get some better, better and more tools underneath his belt in order to survive the lion's den of the heavyweight division. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think is going to be next for Sergey Spivak? What do you think should be next for Derrick Lewis? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.